Hi, everyone. I am Mel Fuller, and I'd like to welcome Teresa Alonso Leon, incumbent Democratic candidate for House District 22. Welcome, Teresa. Thanks for being here.
Hello, Mel. Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate being here today.
Good. Let's get right to the questions. Would you, Teresa, please tell us about the votes you cast last session that directly benefited seniors and people with disabilities?
Thank you for the question, Mel. One of the bills that I was proud to sponsor during the 2020 session was House Joint Resolution 202, which proposed an amendment to the Oregon Constitution establishing the obligation of the state to ensure every Oregonian has access to cost-effective, clinically appropriate, and affordable health care. I feel that healthcare is a human right, and our seniors in Oregon with disabilities have access to healthcare systems that work for them. However, due to the Republican walkout, we did not finish out the session with passing any legislative policies, but I am going to continue fighting on behalf of our elders and folks with disabilities and all Oregonians who deserve a strong healthcare system.
All right. Next question is about Oregon Project Independence. Oregon Project Independence is a program that keeps seniors and people with disabilities in their own homes, and yet every year proposed funding for Oregon Project Independence is significantly cut. If reelected, how will you ensure funding continues for this cost-effective program, especially during anticipated budget shortfalls?
Thank you for that question. I am proud to have hosted and had many OPI folks in my office who share their stories and who advocate on behalf of helping and ensuring that our folks stay in their homes. And I support that completely. I'll continue to fight for funding and support programs to ensure that our folks in the OPI program continue to stay in their homes so that they can live with dignity. I fully support that idea.
Okay. Next question number 3. How would you prioritize state funding, including funding that is matched with federal funds, such as Medicaid, for services to an increasing senior and people with disabilities population?
I think this needs to be one of our top priorities for the state. As we have seen from ramifications of COVID-19, we did not have the proper infrastructure developed in our healthcare system to take care of some of our most vulnerable populations. As we move forward, we must use this experience and learn opportunities to increase funding to build a better healthcare system for generations to come. Funding program services that are matched with federal dollars is a top priority of mine. It makes sense for Oregon taxpayers to leverage federal funds to really stretch our dollars, especially when it comes to helping elders and folks with disabilities. Individuals who are living on a fixed income rely on these services to help them live in dignity, which all Oregonians deserve.
Okay, thank you. During this time of increased risk of homelessness and food insecurities, what will you do on a state level so that seniors and people with disabilities no longer face a lack of accessible, affordable housing and receive appropriate nutrition?
We know that housing and food insecurities are affecting Oregonians of all backgrounds right now. And we know that permanent housing is the best solution to address homelessness. In the 2017 session, I supported Senate Bill 821, which directs the Oregon Housing Stability Council to award grants to organizations that send out funds in emergency housing, which align with federal strategies and resources available to prevent and end homelessness. This will take time, and I was saddened to see that House Bill 4001 died due to the Republican walkout as well. This bill would have invested $45 million into opening homeless shelters, which would have provided almost immediate relief to the over 6,000 Oregonians who are homeless. It's important also for me to continue to support and invest in our food banks and programs such as Meals on Wheels to ensure that people continue to get the food and support that they need to continue living in dignity and continue to feel supported and loved in our state. Thank you.
Thank you. Final question. What are your plans to improve the health of vulnerable seniors and people with disabilities, including people of color who traditionally suffer from more health disparities due to pre-existing conditions?
Thank you for that question, Mel. Within the last 5 months, I have seen firsthand the disparities are health aids for vulnerable communities. In my district and in Marion County in general, we know that COVID-19 is especially hard hitting on vulnerable communities who suffer from diabetes, heart disease, and are in need of dialysis. A big issue I see is Latinos have historically lower rates of health insurance, which in turn deters people from seeking health care. Too many lack access to healthcare or to the federal benefits that so many people need during these times. I will continue to advocate for and create policies that create a more culturally competent healthcare system so that more Oregonians can feel safe and that they are able to seek out medical attention need, as well as working to expand affordable healthcare that is equitable and that is coming from a lens where we need to ensure that people feel comfortable seeking health care.
All right. Well, that was all of our questions. Teresa, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciated this opportunity to share my thoughts. Thank you for the invitation.
Of course. Once again, everyone, this is Teresa Alonso Leon, incumbent Democratic candidate for House District 22.